Table Talk with Wemimo Adewuni.
This is 99.3 Nigeria Info. A very good morning to you again. It's okay for me to say good morning again since 5 a.m. But now, welcome to Table Talk. The tables have shifted, and I'm so glad to welcome you on this International Women's Day. We've had quite a conversation today regarding women's right to own property and what you think about you owning a property as a woman. The theme for this year's International Women's Day is one that I really love, and it says, choose to challenge. And I've challenged you as a woman to do more by owning property. You've got a right to, and you can do it. I'll further challenge you on Table Talk this morning by speaking to another table breaker. If you guys call me a table breaker, I have another table breaker joining me on the show today, and she'll tell us about her journey as an African woman and how she's been. This is the Money Crossfire, but how she's been able to shatter, break stereotypes, and then we can talk about that some more just after the break. Okay, this is Table Talk. You know how we do it is in two parts. In the first part, I give you the appetizer, and that's just a gist of what I think about happenings over the weekend.
Here's the appetizer on Table Talk.
All right, on the appetizer on Table Talk, I'm just going to tell you, it's my appetizer today is Women's Day, and that's Tuesday. First, and silly what I need, it's easy for every woman, but you need to. It's topics, challenging, just building stuff for yourself. It's possible for you to do that, so go ahead and do it. Be your best. The world is waiting for your light to shine. We need you. We need you to do what you need to do. So get to it. That's my appetizer for you on Table Talk this morning.
Now to the main dish on Table Talk.
All right, on the main dish today on Table Talk, I told you that I have a guest, and she's right here with me already on the show today to talk about International Women's Day and how women can expand and choose to shatter all protocols. Okay, I have joining me on the show this morning Aisha Yusufu. She's an activist. You know her very well, and you can watch this conversation live on Facebook right now. Good morning, ma'am. Thanks for joining Table Talk.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
They call me the table breaker. I say I'm bringing another table breaker who also loves to shatter tables. Today, we want to encourage women that they can be the best that they have the potential to be. I know that it's tough being alive in this world as a woman. It's tougher being an African woman. It's maybe even tougher being a Nigerian woman with the various stereotypes that surround us. But I know that you are a vocal religious woman, but you've been able to shatter stereotypes, and your voice is not hidden. I'd like you to tell us about the girl called Aisha as a young girl. What was your journey like? What were the factors that shaped who you are today?
I would say that I was the girl that started off in the ghetto. I grew up poor, where there was no food to eat, and basically we ate insults as food. My father was a businessman at that time, and then he lost everything, and we came into a life that was totally different, and we were now living in the ghetto. But I was always one girl who refused to keep quiet. And my father would say up to today, we tell us the story of when, as a 4-year-old girl, I went to him one time. I was in nursery school, and I said to my dad, if you're not going to take me to school, I will no longer go to school, because the neighbor who used to take me along with his own child. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, the neighbor who used to take me along with his old child, I said he will frown whenever he was picking me, and I didn't like that. So that was me at 4 years old, walking up to my dad and making a challenge. And I've always been like that all my life. I'm one that would see injustice. I would never keep quiet. Though it got me into lots of trouble. I got lots of beating because it was always like, why are you not doing what you were asked to do? Because I would always say, why do I need to do it? Because I needed explanation. I didn't just want to do things because I was told to do things. But I said, and to be honest, I went through phase one to be happy. You say that adults are happy when the food favors them, but when you favor them, they're not happy. And that's why if you saw my Twitter bio, I said, my mom says, I caught, nobody wins. She always says that, oh, go out of here, Jere, or did they chanare? You're caught, nobody wins there. Because I'll just tell you the way it is and I'll just move on. But I did realize that before I was age 10, I said to myself that the worst thing any human being can do to me is I don't enter. So I think I didn't fear, oh, what of this or of that. I always think about the worst case scenario, like, look, that's it. And so what? Because at the end of the day, whether anything is done to me or not, I'm still gonna die. So I'm gonna have my voice out there. But what interesting thing about me is that I don't get to seek for permission. You understand? For me to speak or to be alive or to be who I am, I do it, and I don't do labels. When I say I don't do label, I started that even as a little girl, because I realized that when adults labeled you as a good child, it meant you were that child who didn't speak, who didn't have a voice, who endured whatever was given to you, who just sat down there. And I never wanted to be that child. I wanted to be a child who had my own voice. And if I see something wrong, I'm going to say, hey, I don't think this is right.
Okay, I hope this network would behave well because there was a bit of breaking up there, but I got you. Now, I mean, what this shows me, I mean, some of us are lucky to be so outgoing, outspoken. I mean, on my post today on social media about International Women's Day, I said I choose to challenge invisibility. It's very easy for women to become invisible in Nigeria, for their voices to become invisible, but I have chosen not to be invisible. Some women have also chosen this path, but for some women listening to me, I've been talking to some of them before 9 o'clock, they will tell you, okay, so that's not my person. I was not born, to be like that. I was born to be the quiet person. For this quiet group of women, is there a way, what can they choose to challenge? I mean, since we can say that their temperament is that, that's laid back, what can they do?
So the thing about it is that who they really are? Is that their temperament or they have been conditioned to be? So nobody comes to this world being invisible, but people are actually made to be invisible. Because remember, like what I said, you are that good child, especially a good girl child, when you didn't speak up, when you were never seen, when you were simply in the kitchen helping your mom working, when you were sweeping the place, even though your brother, senior and junior, were out there playing, when you were doing all of these things. So that made you a good child, right? A good girl child.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people became invisible because of that. So one of the things that, and for me, and this year I say, I choose to challenge the little voices that were planted in our heads as little girls that said to us, we don't have to speak. We can't be this. We can't be that. We should just be quiet. And that's why they will tell you, oh, a good wife. For me, before I got married, I said to myself, I was never going to take that title of good wife. Please drop it there. Because the good wives that I saw all around me were the ones that were being molested by their husbands, being abused, going through so much wahala. They were known as a good wife. And that good I had, I've always known, oh, this wife is not a good wife. So it's about that voice. It is about that conditioning that has happened. But for me, I always say, if you're the person who you are quiet, you don't want to challenge things and all of that, okay, fine. If that's your personality, that's who you are. Just do you. But the question you should ask is, are you happy in and out?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have a face that is different. Their inner selves are different from their outer selves.
Yeah.
And so they are unhappy inside, but on the outside, they have this happy facade, and then they're just going through life through that way. So for me, is that you must find yourself, you must find that place where you are at inner peace, where you love yourself for who you are, where you are happy and okay where you are. And if you are at that point, wherever you are, whether you're outspoken or you're quiet, good for you.
Right.
But if there is no balance, there's no similarity between your inner self and your outer side, but you keep society, because what people will think that there is a problem there. Then I say to them, find your voice. Don't ask for permission. Don't come to asking people, oh, should I speak here or no? Just keep speaking. And they will come at you. They will abuse you. They will call you all sorts of names. What's the worst thing they're going to call you? They'll call you a prostitute. They'll call you a shower. So what? So what? If the prostitution no hard, why you no do and make you get better life? Why your mama no do and why your papa no do and make they give you better life? So there's nothing going to cause anything. Because a lot of people's voices have been drowned by people who will come and attack them. You see it even on social media. People say, oh, I would have liked to comment, but I can't comment because I don't want people to come at me. Whatever insult, they're going to call you ugly. So who came to this world to do a beauty contest? The people that came to this world to do beauty contest, they are having fun doing their beauty contest, and good for them. You and I didn't come to do beauty contest. So if somebody calls us ugly, do we feel beautiful? Do we know we're beautiful? That's all that matters.
Thank you very much for that. Now, before this time, I've had a conversation coming from 5 a.m. And one man, really, he escaped before I could give him a sound answer. But of course, he got it even off air. We were talking about women's access to property. Taking a shield off a story on social media that you might have also seen about a man who threw his wife's things out of the house after 39 years and 6 children. Right here, threw her out of a mansion in Banana Island, according to that story. So I've been speaking to women about owning property of their own and why they think they shouldn't have property in their own name. And a man said to me, a woman, why does she need to have property in her own name? Only if she's planning to, maybe leave the marriage sometime. And her place is just to be inside and let the husband own the property and take care of her. This is a thought stemmed in African culture that says that the woman should be at home while the man goes out to fend for the family. But our current reality, and of course has been the reality even then, like you would know, women would go to the farms with these same men. They would plant, they would harvest, then they will ship by bringing the products back home, and then they will process. So they were doing so much, but they were still tagged as housewives because they didn't own those farms. The same thing is still stemming in today's society, with some men and some women thinking that property is not for them. What's your take on this?
Well, for me, I would say the man that called you and had, for me, there are a lot of boys, you understand, in the bodies of men who are playing at being men. So they're still mentally, they didn't develop past the toddler stage. And so they're thinking it's always wired that way. And you see a lot of them. And you see some who come with that patriarchal arrogance, who think because they are simply men that they are better than any other person. And sometimes I always say, there was one on Twitter and I said to him, look, can you go to the bank and use your manhood to collect loan? Use your manhood as collateral. Then you can come and talk to me about your gender superiority. Until then, just keep it somewhere. When it comes to property, I will share my own experience. I built my first house in the year 2007, and that was a two-bedroom flat, 10 units. How did I start? First of all, it wasn't myself. It was my husband. I was disturbing my husband. Let me go back a bit. I had gone with my friend who was looking for a house to rent. And then I saw this place where we went to a house where it has two-bedroom units in a particular compound. And I was like, this is such a good idea. It's something to do. So I came out disturbing my husband, like, you need to build this house. I saw this thing, go and build it, everything. I kept disturbing. And he wasn't interested. He said, wahala of tenants and everything. One day, I said to myself, I think that was either late 2006 or early 2006 or 7. I said to myself, if my husband doesn't build, why is it that I can't build? Who says that I can't build? You see what I said about those voices that were planted in our heads? Because we were told that you're supposed to get married, go and stay in a man's house, we take care of you and all of that nonsense. And so we are not told to build properties. We didn't see our mothers acquiring these properties. We saw them buying wrappers. And so I sat down on that day and said, why can't I? So I went to my husband and said, bros, you're not building. I want to build that house. And I have a supportive husband. I have a husband who is a man, who is a man in himself, who doesn't feel threatened by his wife's success. In 1997, when we were going out, the first thing he said to me is that you have to be financially independent. It was my husband that first told me as a woman that I needed to be financially independent to own my voice, and so that no matter what, I will be able to stand for myself. That was him. So when I said to him in 2007, I want to build my own house. He said, oh, wow, okay, fantastic, let's go. And we started looking for land, and I bought the land, I built my this. When he now saw that I built, he now was not like, he too was encouraged. Like, okay, there's something in it. And that's what we've done over the years. I'm a businesswoman, and I also do what do you call it now? Real estate. Business makes you rich. Real estate makes you wealthy. That's the easiest way you can get what you call it, passive income. I became financially independent before I started speaking on Nigerian issue. Because this Nigeria, the worst crime you can commit is to be poor. I grew up poor. And being poor, you're faceless, nameless, and voiceless. And I never wanted
Oh, the internet is freezing up. It's freezing up from this end. Oh no. Okay, let me wait for this to get itself together. But if you're there and you're listening, male or female, okay, let me wait for this to get back on. I guess it's the internet. But if you're there, you've been catching up on our conversation, call me up. 0700. No. Let me give you the individual numbers. 01277 1993, 01277 0993, 2993, 3993. And for the females, you can call 014657 190. 014657 I'll be able to take just one call before I go out on the first break and then come back to take some more. So let's see who's here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Wemimo.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, thank you for calling.
Pastor Ladi for calling from Urile.
Welcome.
I think for me, I believe a woman must be financially independent. Before I got married, that has been my dream, and it remains my dream. And I keep telling my wife, you must fight to be financially independent. I also believe that if a woman sees something that is good, she should go for it. Beyond even property, there are other things that are good. You don't have to wait for a man.
Right. The internet got your voice too. Okay. My guest is Aisha Yesufu. She's telling us about her journey from girlhood to adulthood and how she's taking a voice. So this is International Women's Day on Table Talk. I'm heading out on a very quick break. When I come back, we have more conversation, and you can watch us live on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info FM. Don't go away.
A multinational company in Lekki, Lagos is massively recruiting independent sales executives that own a car and a valid driver's license. Are you ready to work with the company with the most history worldwide? Are you ambitious? A smart
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3
for everybody where they live inside Lagos State. They call them Ilera Co. Whether you be civil servant or small private business owner, trade professional, or even market man or woman. So far you they live inside Lagos. This better now for you. Make you register with Ilera Co branded agents or outlets where you see Ilera Co logo. Pay 40,000 naira every year for family package or 8,500 naira every year for one person. Make you begin enjoy cool mind. For more information, call 0700 Ilera Co or 0800 Ask Lashma or make you visit www.lashma.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, for you to acquire the fire you require to achieve your desire in life, you have to dream. Are you listening? People, dream.
I beg you, leave motivational bubbles. Dreaming without planning is you living life to chance. To truly acquire the future you desire, dial *597# from any mobile device to hire ARM, Nigeria's biggest pension managers, and start planning your future. Don't live life to chance, so dial *597# now to open a pension account.
This USSD offer is available to MTN subscribers for now. ARM Pensions, invested in your tomorrow.
Hello, good morning, Wemimo.
Hey, Wemimo, good morning.
Hello, Wemimo. Good morning.
Yes, that's my name. I am Wemimo Adewuni, the table breaker. No, this is table talk. I don't hold on. Wait, it's one by one. Let's trash it out. What do you mean, Remy, by who should you talk to?
Well, I'm not a sex maniac. I just have my...
It doesn't also prove that anyone who's not mutilated is a sex maniac. It's all about self-control. I am on your radio every Monday from 9 to 10 a.m. on Table Talk. Join me.
This is Table Talk with Wemimo Adewuni.
I should me or show today not grieving because Nigerian FM use the hashtag JInfo. If I call like a call phone with that and call men, we know have a line for the women. We'd love to hear from you. The line for the women is 014657 190 014657 190, and the men can call 0177 0993 1993 2993 and 3993. Okay, let me see who's here first. Oh no. Give me a minute on that. Okay, let's see who's on the line here.
Sorry.
Okay, we have a feedback from there. All right.
Hello, Wemimo.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, holy mom. Wemimo.
Yes.
Good day to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Akigbe on the line.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, I've had that woman and various topics concerning women and property. But those who have the means can have property. It has been in existence right from time immemorial. And then, as regards to the women movement, I really do not understand their aim, whether it's only on the flowery top, not paying attention to the grassroots. What I would have loved the movement to do is to go on the local government to touch the grassroots about women and their rights and how to protect themselves. That's what I would have loved for them to do. Or even though they are the heritage of and themselves, the midst of men, I go to what they call the NYC. That also made tremendous effect.
Okay. Good morning.
My greetings to Aisha Yusuf, and I pray she will understand my question that I'm going to put forward to her this morning.
All right. Do you want to tell me your name?
I'm Oluwatosin.
Okay. Thank you for calling.
I'm calling from Ifako.
Okay.
Okay, now to the question. That there are I can't fathom it that as their men have sense of entitlement in the north, so what becomes of the women in the north not having self-entitlement so that Nigeria can move forward?
Okay, you're particular. Okay, thank you very much. If you had a question, she's particular about women in the north with the strong sense of patriarchy. She's asking how women, especially northern women, can break through such stereotypes.
Okay, the fact was the sorry with the me. I'm so concerned about the first lady in absent rather than president. I voted for a president. So you see, this is the main problem. Everything that has bought it, the president came up to say that he's what it exists. So why for president about the wife? And that means all question about responsible. What is the responsible man? We went about everything. We know that this is about culture. No, we need to form. I'm not feeling as a president. And like pushing to the kitchen and everything. We are this. I just my idea about you. This how I want to just go. I say no, I don't be cooking. I'm not cook. People to cook. This was you. Somebody should say for you. I'm feeling it. I'm not sometimes to cook. All time I grab. That's why my to just have said that. They said it's not time for us to have you come to follow. So I was going to get. I want to think. You know, when to work good. And I'm making your this whole thing. I say to every woman, if you are not financially independent, honestly, there's a problem with you. If you are not the one signing the check, it's not your signature, that it's not your money. No matter how much your husband has, it's not your money. At any time, they will tell you to go away, or you fall in love with another person, or somebody will be deciding how much to give you. You want to give money to your family members, you have to come and ask somebody. What nonsense is all of that? We need to have that. You need to have your own financial independence. You need to have your own money. We must never make the mistakes our mothers made. Our mothers were the ones most of them were the ones who were working. Go around now and ask people that were able to go to university who were really the ones that were paying, who were the ones selling ugu in the market, selling ice fish, doing everything possible. When our fathers lost their businesses or lost their jobs or one thing or the other, it was the women that did the menial work and took the slacks and sent their children to school. But you find out that a lot of times our mothers were doing things, and they will not tell you that it's, they will say it's your father that did it, because they don't want people to know that the husbands that they don't want people to know that they are the breadwinners. But in all of the things that our mothers were doing, they were doing businesses, they are entrepreneurs and all of that. They didn't buy landed properties. They were busy buying wrappers. They were doing competition of Hollandis. Oh, this one, me and you, they had different names, opener, back of fish and all of that. At the end of the day, while our fathers were giving their sons lands, our mothers could only give us wrappers. So, and I see today, we are making the same mistake. A lot of women are making the same mistake. You are busy buying bags of millions of naira. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy a bag millions of naira. If you can afford it, by all means. But if you're buying a bag worth millions of naira, meanwhile you don't have houses, you don't have tenants who are bringing money for you, you don't have where you are collecting passive income. You see the house that I built in 2007, I've gotten the money for that land, for the house, everything. In terms of the rent that has come in, it's over how many years now? I think it's about 14 years now. That particular, I have tenants over 14 years. They've been paying me every year, every month. I get my alert. I don't need to do anything else, because why? I built these properties. I have them, and of course, tomorrow my kids know they can inherit properties from me. They are not waiting it's only advance from their dad. So we must never make that mistake. Sometimes we're busy doing competition of handbags, clothing, this, that. The same mistakes that our parents made. We don't have any of them. I said to women, especially wives, who have said that, say, how do I put it? If you cannot afford a car that you're riding, go and drop it and go and begin to work towards your own being able to afford it. I've never bought a car for myself. My husband has always bought all the cars that I have. But for every car that he buys, he knows I can afford it. I can walk into a car, write down a check, and pick that. So on the
Okay, there goes the internet again. Okay, let's see if we can get her back. But I mean, she said so much on the table this morning. She said so much on the table. Okay, let's see if she's back. Okay, the line is breaking up again. All right, let me talk to you ladies. She said so much on you must be able to afford a lot. You know, I said to you, and I think I should bring a business expert here to particularly speak to women in business. If you would like that, send me a message on Twitter and let me know. Use the hashtag NigeriaInfoTT. Would you like to have a discussion on women in business and how to grow your business? I think women have a challenge around there. 0146 57190. 0146579190. That's the number for women to call. Hello? Okay. I can't see someone here yet. All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, this Friday for Bulleri.
Good to have you here.
Yeah, good topic. I love the way Aisha have put it this morning. But the question I want to ask you, Wemimo.
Yes.
not until you dedicate a number to the female. How many women now are listening to this program?
But they are listening. They've been calling.
Yes, they have been calling Wemimo. See, the problem with our women, most of them, they are too busy watching TV.
No, maybe not watching TV. Maybe cleaning the house because the man will not clean it.
Why? Why would the man clean the house?
But you've had a lot of men call me this morning. You see why they won't clean it.
Wemimo, where you come from, in the southwest here, things are a little better. You know that in our own place, a woman will struggle. A daughter will struggle to help her father to build a house. After the death of the father, even a room will not be given to that woman in that house. I think the women, they need to go to the grassroots, put some word into our women. Let them know that.
It is, while you are calling on the women to do that, it is good. But I think it's the responsibility of both the women and the men in changing this narrative.
Yes. How many men are ready to tell the women?
Well, the few that are ready, should join the campaign. But thank you, Friday, for calling me. Madam Ife is here.
Good morning again, Wemimo.
Welcome.
Aisha, good morning.
Well, she internet went off. I'm trying to bring her back. Yes.
She has spoken very well. She has spoken as a modern woman. But in those days, it's telling us the truth that our mothers, they don't have time. I didn't ever see my mother talk about all those want to buy land, this and that. My dad does everything. It's annual leave money. We travel to my village in Udopa and go and put it in the land. And before you know it, they build house for themselves because my father knew that he was going back home. I'm not a Yoruba woman or a man or a Yoruba woman. I can't build house here. So they went back home and built something that they live in. Up to today, big upstairs, live comfortably before he died 2 years ago. But let me tell you something. Sometimes if a woman has so much money or if a woman is trying to strive to make the house comfortable, some men become laid back.
They become what?
They become laid back. They don't want to work. They be telling my wife money and my money. Yes! Most of them, they abandon their job as a husband, as a father, to the woman because they know that the woman is up and doing. So where do we come in from here? Where do you not have money to go and be buying land when you have a laid back man in the house? Oh my God.
Thank you very much. That's a genuine thought, and I think someone had shared that opinion earlier about, when women become hardworking. I might then begin to think that this is why some women don't bother with their aspirations or with growing their businesses. They have a fear that if they grow their businesses and they have money, their spouses, their husbands will refuse to bring in any more money, and then they'll bear the whole responsibility. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for calling. What's your name?
My name is Ella. I'm calling from Lekki.
Ella, welcome.
It's quite an interesting topic this morning, especially hearing from Aisha. In fact, she has gingered me this morning. I like her spirit.
I'm glad to hear that.
Then again, most of these things, I think our upbringing it affects our upbringing affects the way we act, or sometimes, I don't know. I grew up in a house where, I don't know, my dad usually boasts that he's the one that set up my mom's business and all that. So therefore, he just relaxed. My mom took care of everything, down to my school fees, down to feeding and everything. And even when when the house my dad supposed that he built, I know my mom was the one bringing out the money to build most of the house. But today, he still boasts that he owns the house. So those things that happened kind of shaped my thoughts. Now that I'm in marriage, I want to strive to have my own stuff in my own name. So I think most women that are complaining that if they are doing business, they don't, even if you are doing business, it doesn't mean you should shoulder all the responsibility. And if your husband, business should be treated as business.
Yes.
You dipping your hand into your business to settle stuff is not right. If your husband tells you, go to your business and take this money and do this, make sure you collect that money from him. If he's maybe loaning money from your business, make sure you collect that money. My husband right now, even if he was the one that started my business for me, if he comes to me and tell me, oh, do this stuff, I can't transfer money to you right now. If he comes back, I make sure I collect that money from him because it's my business money.
Yeah.
I don't treat it like casual money that, oh, I'm helping the family. No. when it comes to when you're telling me take money from my, even if you're the one that started the business from, definitely you want this business to grow, right?
Yeah.
So you can't be allowing me dip my hand into the business to do trivial stuff. Whenever I take money from the business to do sort out things for him, when he comes home, he knows he will pay me the money.
Right. Thank you very much for calling. Let me take one more before we dwell on this matter. I think it's worth considering. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. I'm back on the line, Kigbe.
Welcome back.
I want my fellow women to know what marriage is all about.
Tell us.
Yes? What is it?
Tell us. We're listening.
Yes, okay. That marriage, a woman is a queen. And when she's not being treated as a queen in the home, she should give a little bit of arc length. That's why the Bible says, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. And then be as quiet as the dove, but be more vibrant than the serpent. So
I think it was the dove and the serpent that you brought him that cut the line. Sorry about that. But let me come to you, Aisha. I mean, a genuine thought that most women have harped on. It's been recurring, so I think it's a good conversation. I think I'm here beginning to believe that some women refuse to grow their aspirations because they think that if they do, or they might have genuine reasons to believe that if they do have their own money or their own things, their husbands become laid back and then all the burden falls on them.
I'm happy we're having this conversation in a way because it's one of the things I keep saying when people are saying that, especially in the Nigerian culture, and they're like, oh, it's men that carry the burden of the houses and everything. I always say, no, go check our mothers. Most of them were the ones who carried the burden of the family because, of course, the men either they weren't working, they had lost their job, their businesses, one thing or the other had happened. And you find that because a lot of men don't want to do menial jobs, they don't want to be seen selling things or anyhow. They tend to now wait at home while they are looking for these big opportunities. The mothers had to carry all the slack. And what I found, for example, for me growing up, what I found the most disrespectful and I felt, very angry about was seeing women who were the ones who suffered, who put food on the table. Sometimes their husbands say they will eat the food, and the women were forced to go and beg. I couldn't understand it as a child. And I said, why are you begging a man to come and eat the food that he didn't even bring the money to put on the table? Guys, if you are not eating, hunger will kill you there. I don't even care. So, a good number of us, grew up with that mentality. So I saw a lot of things that were happening to the women around me. My mother, my aunties, women and all over. I didn't. But you see one ironic thing. I'm a child of the North and the South. I'm from south part of the country, born and brought up in the North. And I see parts of the culture. You see one of this, all of this is that the Southern woman will tolerate in terms of, the man will sit down and will not bring money home. I tell you, the Northern woman wouldn't tolerate that. She doesn't. She will not. Growing up, I saw where they didn't allow anyone to touch them. It was grounds for divorce for a man to even hit his wife, which our mothers and aunties were made to accept as part of marriage. Which I said, no, for me, that's not part of marriage. They own their own properties. They also, because the Islamic law says that a woman has her own property. She doesn't need to share with anybody. It's her. And nobody, no husband or father.
No, this is not a good part for this line to break up again. No, this is not a good time for the line to break up again. Okay. While we try to get that line back, let me come back to you because I wanted to ask you about the religious point of things about women owning stuff. I hope this internet cooperates. Let me see. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You can hear me.
Okay, yeah, it's a little bit. Yes. So let's talk about that religious aspect to women owning things.
So the thing is that from the Islamic perspective, a woman has her economic independence. She doesn't have her property does not belong to her husband, neither does it belong to her parents or anybody. She owns it. And in the case of in Islam, like in the house, what belongs to the wife is her own. What belongs to the husband is everybody's own. He's the one that needs to cater. In Islam, a woman doesn't need to change her surname. She doesn't have to change her surname. She retains her own surname. We're not even allowed to. It's the culture. that has that ongoing and everything. In Islam, the woman can decide whether she wants to breastfeed her child or not, or the husband, the father is going to get a wet nurse. So in terms of property, what we now find is that a lot of people try to make a woman to use the cultural part, because from the south part of the country, Edo State to be precise, like even in Malay, they don't practice Islam. But when it comes to property, when it comes
Oh no.
Islam is like any.
Oh no, this breaking is so bad. Not now. No. Oh, and we have just about 4 more minutes, and this is the very, very important part that we're getting to. Okay, let's see if we can. Let me just cut the call and call her right back. And we're live on Facebook, by the way. If you're just joining, let me take some more calls while I put her back. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you have Susheb on the line.
Welcome.
Thank you. There is a kind of hypocrisy I see.
Tell me about it.
The government and its agencies, they always preach about exclusive breastfeeding that will last about 6 months. But when a nursing mother gives birth and is supposed to take this 6 months leave, it's not given to her. And I don't know why we keep preaching exclusive breastfeeding, why women are not given 6 months to nurse their baby. And I think that is where women should challenge their energy.
We must say though that a few states now have switched to 6 months maternity leave. A few states, some have even, Lagos State for instance, even gives the father 6 weeks leave. So just a few states have done that.
That is supposed to be.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I cannot disagree with that. You can't ask a woman to breastfeed exclusively for 6 months and then she's at work. How is she supposed to do it? Hello, good morning. Hello?
Yeah, well, no, how you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
No, Jonathan is my name. This woman called earlier on. She was saying something that when men empower their wife, they will say that is all. If you relate with what Aisha Yusuf was saying, you see, she said women should have financial independence. I think that's where the line is coming from. This, we can't forget where we come from. You women, I have to say it, you are changing so many things. You are changing so many things in this generation. And that's the reason why men in these days now feel, if I don't open shop for my wife, now in Walla that I don't remove hand, which is not supposed to be. And I believe it's a push from the women. Naturally, men are supposed to cater for the house. So
you're saying the women are the reason why men refuse to take care of the family?
Go by what she just said now. She said if any woman does not have she has a problem. And that's why men are not feeling, okay, if I don't push up for her now, I am done with her.
And so let me understand this thought. So if a woman becomes financially independent, that's a reason for the man to become lazy?
Of course, she's always emphasizing men lazy. There's also men like me that are also working.
No, I'm trying to understand your point, what you are saying.
My point is this. I said a woman called earlier on was accusing men that when men just open shop, they will say they are done with that woman financially.
Yeah.
And that's what Aisha is saying. That women that don't want to free themselves from those kinds of things have problems. And that's where the line is coming from, which I'm picking a fault from there too, and a push in this generation about women. Men are supposed to cater for the family naturally. I'm not saying they shouldn't have financial, but when I called, I said I like women to develop their business. Now, if you have another financial obligation that a man is supposed to play his part, let the man play his part. It's simple.
Okay, I get you. I'll try to get you. Thank you for calling. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Wemimo.
Welcome to the show.
The program is very good.
Thank you.
But I want to emphasize that what God has made at the beginning of the world, no, you people should not remove it.
Tell me what God made that we are trying to
remove.
God
made it that you women should be under men. I am not saying that you should be our slave, but being under men means that whatever we men say to you, that's what you should follow.
I wish you would call me back because I need to go on a break because I need to talk to you, but I can't do that right now. I'll be right back.
Let's take you to the world where the future is safe, where you can make your dreams.
This is Table Talk with Wemimo Adewuni.
All right, Nigeria, we have a few more minutes. I wish my last caller before the break would call me back. Call me back. Do call me back. We have an axe to grind. Yeah? Let me see if it's the one here. Hello, good morning to you. Oh, sorry about that. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Wemimo.
Thank you. What's your name?
First of all, okay, I want to be anonymous. Please.
That's okay.
Okay, first of all, I need to tell that man that says women are not calling into the line because they are home watching TV, or that is very wrong of him to say. Not in this age, not in this time. You understand? He needs to call back and apologize to women for saying that. Then secondly, I agree with what Yusufu is talking about, that women need to be financially independent. You need to have your own money. It doesn't mean that you're going to be disrespectful to the man that you're under. It doesn't mean that you're going to now be so high up in the air. I mean, if a man really respects you as a human being, first of all, let's even leave gender. If a man respects you as a human being, first of all, he is going to want you to be an independent person.
I agree.
What if something happens to him?
I agree.
What if something happens to him? How does he want you to stand on your feet? Can't we look at it from that aspect? Instead of looking at it from the aspect of, oh, she's a woman, what does she need money for? I am going to be able to take care of her. Even fathers do that. They say, oh, she's a woman now. At the end of the day, a man is still going to take care of her. A man is still going to be answering. She's still going to answer a man's name. So what do I need to give her property for?
I agree. I agree totally. Thank you for calling. That's the show. That's Table Talk today. I hope you enjoyed the table breaker that came on a table breaking show with another table breaker. But again, as I leave you, I see the women trying to call, but I really need to go. I leave you again with this thought. The theme for this year is choose to challenge. And I'm asking you to choose to challenge stereotypes. I am choosing to challenge invisibility. I choose not to be invisible. As a woman, your voice must be loud and clear. It must be heard. Make sure that your voice is heard. Make sure that you are the best thing ever to happen to the world, and make sure your light shines brightly. Let's keep talking on social media at Wemimo Sport. That's my handle. Excuse me. But follow us also on Nigeria Info FM on Twitter. I'll be back again tomorrow morning by 5 a.m. We got sizzling conversations starting then. Make sure to join the show at that time. Remember to win 10,000 naira on all of our other shows, starting with What's Up Lagos, which is coming up right after 10. My name is Wemimo Adewuni. I leave you with our usual outro that we all have a role to play, and also with a thought from Chimamanda Adichie. Great thoughts on women's rights. Grace, have a good day.
We all have a role to play. See you next week Monday on Table Talk with Wemimo Adewuni.
This is